This is a message from the Government of Partnership. Dear Mr. President, welcome to this introduction video about Andrea and Fabi, the sexiest couple in Europe. We totally understand. Melania and Donald first. It's true, totally true. But can we just say Andrea and Fabi second? Listen, this is the story of two fantastic people. They are not as fantastic as you and Melania, of course not, but they are getting very close to you. Andrea is like Melania, a perfect 10. She is a first-class model. Look at her, just gorgeous, amazing, breathtaking. The only guy who couldn't see this was Roger. What a loser, so sad. She is also a fabulous photographer, so talented. She took pictures of the greatest stars in the world. They're so famous, it's ridiculous. Amy Leibovitz learned from her. It's true, no fake news here. Everyone who says something different is a liar. Even as a kid, Andrea was a trendsetter like you. And then, being at full age, she was so flirty, totally flirty. You should have seen her. Point out her beauty. She often got new haircuts. A disaster, a total disaster. Once she even treated her hair with a blender. And of course it ended in big crisis. We called it the hair gate. And like you, Mr. President, Andrea loves walls. Oh no, malls! But malls have walls. Whatever, she is the first lady of all malls. It's true. Always makes the best deals. Like you, Mr. President. So economical. So cool. Andrea is so American. She lives the American enthusiasm. You need an example? I can stand on one leg. So cool! Look, I can also stand on the other leg. Wow! Amazing! Ich habe einen Sonnenuntergang für dich vorbereitet. I don't have any words for this. So great, because as you know, Mr. President, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. So true. Overall, Andrea is so American, Mr. President. It's ridiculous how American she is. In fact, she should be called Andrerica or Androshington, and her kids should call her Mamiami. Andrea is very smart. In fact, she speaks all international languages. It's true, she even speaks Romansh, a language that makes no sense. You would love it. As a tribute to your friends in Russia, Andrea likes vodka. She used to drink it before first dates. Vodka makes you feel good without smelling of alcohol. So clever. It even worked with Fabian. So smart. She's great. So great. A perfect 10. And now listen to the story of Fabian, Mr. President. As you, he is a great guy. Great leader. Great sportsman. Great fisherman. With an excellent taste. And a great style, just look at him. And known as the best Swiss banker in the world. It's true. He took the money from the Latinos to build a huge wall around Switzerland. So huge, you might know it. He made the Latinos pay for the wall. No fake news. And Mr. President, here's another big thing about Fabian. Already as a kid, he won every Trump look-alike contest. Not as good looking as you, of course, but the same hairstyle, same skin color, same charisma. Mr. President, you have the KKK, Fabi has the FKZ. They love him as the auditor at the Freundeskreis Zürich, even if he doesn't control the financials. Maybe that's why they love him, like you, Mr. President. Great job. And like you, Mr. President, he is a womanizer, the best womanizer in the world. To teach his friend Matt how to flirt, he invited him to the first date with Andrea. Matt learned so quickly that Andrea couldn't take her eyes off him. A total disaster. As good looking as Fabian was, he managed to turn her around. He is so strong, no man flu can break him. Not even 46 degrees of fever. He is so tough, Mr. President, so tough. In fact, he is so tough, he escaped from an evil pufferfish. He was miserable and almost paralyzed, but he survived. So brave, Mr. President. You should give him the Medal of Honor. And Fabian was so famous. He was the best hockey player in the world. Everybody knew him. Except his wife, when she met him the first time. It's ridiculous. What a great guy. So strong. Look at these muscles. And Mr. President, you will love them as a family too. They love America. They lived there for many years. They had the time of their lives. But when they were sent to Panama, they refused to go. They hate Panama. Too many Mexicans there. So sad. And like you, Mr. President, they have amazing kids. You should see them. Maureen even loves to read books about you, Donald. He's terrific. You would love him. And the two girls, Alina and Emilia, are so adorable, just like Ivanka and Tiffany. They are so funny, creative, and love fairy tales, just like you, Mr. President. And while you play with the world, Andrea and Fabian play with the world's cards in Trocker's game. You would love this game. In the game, there's even a card created just for you. It's called the Fool. So great. So you see, Andrea and Fabian are the perfect couple. Everybody says so. Dear Mr. President, we totally understand. Melania and Donald first. But can we just say Andrea and Fabian second?